In this video, we visit Fort William's other fort. I find a shortcut that turns out not to be. Oh, crap. Oh yeah, and we have a bit of weather. If you're a keen mountain biker, you've probably visited Fort William, and you've almost certainly seen the old fort that gives it its name. It's opposite the car park on the way in. However, there is a second fort, one that is shrouded in mystery, and that's high in the hills, and that's the fort we're going to try to find today.
Seconds ago that was a spectacular view, but the mist's rolling down from Ben Nevis, which is there. Take my word for it.
Komoot's Discover function helped me find and choose this route. I know bits of it well, other sections not at all, as I'll discover.
It's when you look at the gradient profile of this route that the question arises, which way around should you ride it? If you think of this as a triangle with a long side and a short side, and then you flip it onto its diagonal. So you've got a short up and a long down. Do you tackle the really steep side first and then have a kind of a nice gentle undulating way down? Or do you do the long slow climb and then an absolutely screaming descent? On this bike I'm going for the first option, so I think I'm going to be pushing quite a bit on that uphill. Just to emphasise, I'm not devising some original route here. It is incredibly well known because it's actually the West Highland Way. It's also the Highland Trail 550, and the climbing is starting now. I'm never sure how well weather shows up on a GoPro, but it's coming down some now. But look at this. A brief lull in the weather, and there's Glen Nevis. Talk about 4 seasons in a day, you get 4 seasons in a couple of minutes here. We're just leaving the main track because there's a fort up here that I've wanted to see for quite a while.
It's called Doondeerdle, and it's Fort William's other fort.
So here's something to think about. 2,000 years ago, when the Romans were going around crucifying, other people were living in this fort. We don't know exactly who they were, whether they were Celtic or Pictish, but we do know why they left, and it was the result of a massive fire. And it was started deliberately. Some of the rocks around here, I haven't found any, show signs of vitrification. They have melted in that heat. And it takes deliberate fire to do that. So why was the fire started? Was the tribal chief, did he die and the people felt they should abandon the fort in his honor? Or were they conquered and the victors decided to burn the fort as a mark of conquest? We just don't know. But we do know that stood here in the shadow of Ben Nevis, above Glen Nevis, this is one heck of a spot. I did say I wasn't exactly 100% sure on the route here, and we've come across a part where it divides. The West Highland Way goes down that way as a footpath by the looks of it, whereas the road continues, and I'm being directed down that way on the route I've planned on Komoot, but I just want to look at the OS map. Well, according to this, that comes to an end, so I don't really have an option. West Highland Way it is. I'm going to warn you in advance that the brakes are going to make one heck of a noise. I put on some non-SRAM
brake pads, and they are squealing like a banshee.
This short bit would definitely be better on a full sus mountain bike. Too many water bars to try to skeeter or jump over, and I'm not going to do that out here. But you can see why this is known locally as the Nevis Forest Loop. We really do have forest all around. Felled, new growth, and old growth higher up. You remember at the start I talked about that triangle? Well, I've been waiting for that really steep bit to begin. And I thought I must have dodged it because really everything's been pretty rideable until the start of that downhill. However, there is part of the commute track which is marked as something you're going to have to get off your bike for. And I was thinking, I wonder. But here it is, and they're right. I don't think I could ride up that. And if you can, you're a better man or woman than me. At this point, I am going to abandon my commute trail because, do you remember back there when I said there was a choice between the West Highland Way and a road that I thought went nowhere, Forest Road? Well, I think I was wrong. I think that road has since been extended because looking down there, there's a good bridge and that wouldn't have been put in if it wasn't for lower access going up. So I'm going to try and hop onto that road. You might be able to see in the distance there. I think this cut through will take me down to it, and that should give me a curve back around the forest and back to Fort William. Oh, crap. Oh, bother. I've got to the end of the road and I can't get away from here. Because I've just lost so much height. I thought I was connecting with a road down the valley and clearly I wasn't. I'm going to have to retrace my steps. That's going to be quite a climb. As I'm walking up here, yet again, I can see down in the valley, down there, another road, but I can't see where it ends up. There's a river there too, so that could just come to an end as well. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a long climb. This is going to add hours. Oh well, I guess this is what adventure cycling is all about, really, isn't it? So much for shortcuts. Now this may be extreme foolishness given my last experience of shortcuts, but there is a road down there which is on the map. So a little bit of cross country here, past some sheep, connect on this road, and I'll be back on track. Finally, a shortcut that paid off. This coming over the edge there has brought us down to the back road to Upper Akintor that should in theory take us all the way straight down into Fort William. I don't know who the us is, I mean me. And although I'm unlikely to get lost on this road, it is rather hilly. I'm nearly done and get the best weather of the whole day. So I've now reached a viewpoint above Fort William, the original fort. It's So I've got a choice. There's a high level route that I know quite well because I used to run it, part of the Cow Hill track that goes over there. That's Cow Hill just there. And would take me back on a high level route down to the car park. I don't actually fancy that because it's got a very steep descent, and I actually could do with some food because I haven't done anything since breakfast and it's getting late. So I think I'm going to just head down the road into Fort William and see where I can find a bite to eat. Just for the avoidance of any doubt, this is the other fort, the fort from which Fort William takes its name. It's been quite a few things since it was a fort to quell the Highlanders. It's been a sporting stadium. Nowadays it's just a place where people come and visit and eat their McDonald's, I think. When I say eat their McDonald's, you know I mean the burgers, not the clan. Yeah, right, good. 2:30, it's suddenly gone very dark. Looks like I'm just going to get back to the car in time. Big thank you to these people who joined the production crew and adventure crew. If you want to find out what that's about, click the join button below any video. It doesn't work on the iPhone though. If you've enjoyed it, subscribe please, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.